Welcome to the Radiant Life with Tatiana. I am your host, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create the best life possible. I'm a master mindset coach, breathwork facilitator, and a passionate little Latina who loves sharing the magic behind your subconscious mind and energetics. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, learn all about spirituality and manifestation, and to be inspired in making a change to embody your best self, you are in the right place. My goal is for you to see and unlock your limitless potential, to have the tools to break free from the chains holding you back so you can create and live your most radiant life. I am so excited to have you here listening today. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Radiant Life podcast. Let's talk about routines today and how to set them up in a way that brings balance, because your routines and your habits will dictate your success in all of the areas of your life. And sometimes we have this pressure to do all these things. Maybe you follow other inspirational people and they're telling you to wake up at 5 a.m. and work out and read and meditate and journal and yada, yada, yada. And you're just like, oh my God, that feels like a lot. Is that what I really need to do to be successful? And what I find is sometimes if we have too much stress, too much structure, too much routine, it becomes autonomous, it becomes strenuous, it becomes boring. And then you were doing it just to check the check boxes versus doing it with an intention. And so what I want to share with you today is a way to find balance and finding it with the flow. This has been something that's radically shifted my life, my clients' lives. I love calling it radiant routines inside of my programs. So if you're someone who likes to do things with more flow, tapping more into that feminine energy, deciding what does it feel like? What do I feel like doing today? This is going to help you make sure you have some structure that you are doing and having to be able to move the needle forward and doing the right habits and tasks that you need to become who you're meant to become and have what you want to achieve. While if you are someone who loves structure and routines, this is going to help you tap more into flow and not be over operating in the masculine energy and finding a balance. And that's the thing. We want to find balance between the two. And if you haven't listened to the podcast around how to find balance of feminine and masculine energy, scroll back a few and listen to that after this episode, because it's going to bring awareness to you why the importance of both of these energies and how they play a role. It doesn't matter your gender, because masculine and feminine energy are not about genders. It's about the energy. And we want to make sure there's a balance between them. And I find that routines are a great way to have this balance. And so I actually went live on this inside of my Facebook group and everyone loved it. It was a huge no brainer. If you don't know, I do have a private Facebook group that I do live trainings every Friday and bring more content to you. They're interactive. You can ask me questions. You can get personal support, just deeper content. I have freebies there. So if you would like to join that group, it's the Radiant Life community. You can join with the link in the show notes. And yeah, I love starting all my programs with routines and creating radiant routines. And I teach on this because this is going to support you to your success, whatever you're trying to achieve in life. And I like to start it off with the lifestyle audit, because you need to make sure what you're doing is supporting you and serving you every day to help you become who you're meant to become and achieve what you want to achieve. And your daily habits will set you up for success. So I want you to take a moment here and check in on yourself, because when you wake up, what do? You need to bring awareness to your habits or your lack of habits. I speak with many women who don't have morning or night routines, don't have healthy habits, and that may be you. And that's okay. That's not to be in a judgmental place right now, but you need to check in with yourself so you know where to change. Because when you wake up, do you press snooze 5 times? Do you scroll over and check social media or check your work email? Do you think a negative thought? Do you eat sugary breakfast? Do you just go right into work? Is that habits and routines that are serving you? No, right? And again, how do you end your night? Are you on TikTok till 2 a.m.? You need to make sure you're starting your days and ending your days on you. I literally preach this as anybody who meets me in my programs. It's who I am. You need to fill up your cup, and it's not selfish to fill your cup up first. You need to do things for you so that you show up as your best self, as the best girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, employer, daughter, son, whatever it is, right? Parent. Because if you're pouring from an empty cup, you aren't showing up as the best version of yourself. You're not giving people the best energy and you're drained, right? No one needs that. So we want you to do things to fill up your cup. And these things are simple. What I'm going to share with you is so easy. Anyone can do them. But the catch is they're so easy to do that they're so easy not to do, and people aren't doing them. So the concept of this is balance with your routines. And quick story here. I used to be so strict with my routines, and I would wake up at 4:35 a.m. I would go work out. I would listen to podcasts. I would try to meditate. I would journal. I would do all the things that people I were listening to that I looked up to was telling me to do all before work. And it was great. I made massive success and changes in my life, but then I hit burnout because it was too much of the same thing, too masculine. And then when that happened, I fell too much into the feminine. In 2020, it was too much flow. I wasn't doing the right things. Even like a few months ago, I fell a little bit into too much flow. And so it's all about balance. It's about finding the balance that feels right for you. So like I said, this is going to help you if you're too much into strict routines, structure, control. It's going to help you find more balance and flow. And if you're on the too flowy side where you're not doing the habits and actions you know you need to be doing, it's going to help you build in a little structure and it's going to help you feel good. So what I call this is what I teach inside of Embrace Your Radiance, is I call this a routine menu. Because not everybody likes the same structure daily. And now I see this as a benefit of a way of living, especially for us women who we operate in a 28-day hormone cycle where we actually should not be having the same structured routines every single day of the month. Men can thrive on that. Us women cannot, because it's like the same thing with our workouts. Think about it. When you're on your menstruation phase, you feel maybe a little bit more tired. You need more rest. That's good for Pilates and yoga. Versus when you're ovulating, it's like you're in energy. You can go lift heavy weights. You have all this. You want to be like extroverted and go see people. And if you haven't noticed the shift within your cycles yet, take this time to start tracking it, because there is a shift and there's science to this. And I don't think, we're educated on this. So this is going to help you find this balance. So how this routine menu works is, first you're going to write a list of all your non-negotiables. So first, figure out the habits that aren't serving you, but then write a list of all your non-negotiables. And I like to break this down into 3 pillars, making sure you're taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. And habits, I recommend everybody incorporating into the routines. It doesn't matter if it's daily or 1 in the morning or 1 at night, but they're all important, is meditation, learning how to ground yourself and be still, going on walks, spending time in nature, detached from your phone and social media, right? Journaling, going within, connecting to your thoughts and how you're feeling. Breath work is great. Moving energy through you, getting back into the present moment, very similar to meditation. It's an active meditation. Body movement or a workout of some kind. Reading, maybe praying for you, and affirmations. Like, I think these are non-negotiables for everyone. All the top successful people for decades now, like all the way from Napoleon Hill to Tony Robbins, recommend these, do these, embodies these, and it's why they are who they are. They've achieved what they've achieved. So writing down your non-negotiables, because maybe you have some more that you want to add to it. Then you want to add the fun ones, things that bring joy, other things you could be doing in the morning, at night. So a few examples are like having coffee on the patio, listening to a podcast or an audiobook, maybe playing with your pups, maybe tapping into more creative energy, whether that's coloring, painting, dancing, singing, yoga. Maybe it's doing a brain dump in a to-do list and planning out your next day so you're not like thinking about it before you go to bed. Maybe a visualization or a hypnosis. Making a healthy, nutritious breakfast. Maybe watching a YouTube, watching something inspiring. These are a little bit more catered to you, what brings you joy. And so what you do instead is instead of having this strict same routine every day where you're just checking off the boxes, workout, meditate, finding a little balance of masculine and the feminine energy. So what you do is you're like, okay, this is my routine menu. What feels right for me today? Listening to your body. This helps you connect to your intuition. And you take what you need. You look at the list. You notice what sticks out. Because some days yoga might stick out versus a heavy lifting day. Or maybe one day it's like meditation and journaling versus breath work and like a heavy lifting workout, right? And so what this ensures, it ensures you're taking care of yourself. It ensures you're starting your day on the right note, but also letting yourself listen to what you need most versus doing it just to do it because the mind is in control. Or, so that's like for those who like really do too much strict routines. Or it's allowing you to still be in flow already, but it's ensuring you to completing the actions and habits that you know are supporting you and who you're becoming, so you can have and work on your goals and achieve them while still being in that intuitive flow. If you're more of that flowy person that doesn't like super strict routines and structure, it's a balance. And so for me today, for example, I woke up. I knew I was going to go work out with my friends at 10 a.m. So I knew I wanted to do some work before that, but I never want to dive straight into work when I wake up. So I woke up, brushed my teeth, I checked in. I was like, okay, what feels good today? And so I did a little meditation. I like to do my hypnosis in the morning, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to fall asleep because I was a little bit sleepy. So I was like, I'm going to meditate. And then I journaled. I journaled out my dream that was like just really prominent in my mind and my body. Like it felt heavy. So I journaled it out. And then I stretched. I did some mobility and I was like, okay, cool. I feel good. I feel like I focused a little bit on me. And then I dove into work. And then I worked out. And now I'm here recording this. Yesterday, for example, I woke up and I felt energy and I'm like, I'm going to work out. So I did a workout and then I read. And every day is different. I do affirmations every day. I look at my goals and I do affirmations every day. Like that's a non-negotiable before I read my goals as I'm like brushing my teeth. And then right before I get into work, I read my affirmations. So those things are like in a different form of my morning routine. But that's the thing, like it's been looking really different. And this has been something I've been doing this year. And it feels so good to have more flow, but also structure in my routine. Because I know from like 6:30 to like 8:39, it's my time. So I'm like, okay, there's the structure. That's the time frame. That's the allotment. But what I do within that, it's a little bit more flow. So it's that balance. Same with my nighttime routine. This is what I like support people, my clients who are like, I don't want to like flow, but I'm like, okay, but you need to move the needle forward. So I'm like, add the structure, like 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., your routine, but you get to choose what you do in that time slot every day. But at least you have a structure time slot there. And some days I do a lot more. Some days it's just one or two things, and that's okay too. What I don't do in the morning, I move and I try to do at night and do a wind down. And I love to do something fun or be in some state of joy. I try to set limits to my apps at night, spend time with Evan, put my blue light glasses on, like other things to support me. But by doing this, it's given me so much freedom and so much balance, and it feels amazing knowing that I'm doing the things that support me and what I should be doing to become who I want to be next and have the goals that I would desire, and having the freedom and flexibility. Because we want to honor ourselves. We want to do what's going to serve us. What's that future version of you? What do they do, right? Listening to your intuition and listening to what you need instead of doing something because you told yourself you're going to do it, but your body's like, no, don't do it. I'm not feeling that. So maybe for you, one day it's instead of doing a meditation, you want to do a morning bath. I did that a few weeks ago. Or maybe instead of doing a lifting workout routine, you're like, oh, I want to like go on a walk and do some yoga outside. Find what fits for you in that day. And you don't always have to pre-plan or control everything. So those are my ideas. Write out a routine menu that feels right for you. You can write a list, and then you get to decide what you want to do in the morning, midday, evening. Make it fun, make it enjoyable. And as you think of this, if you're like, cool, this is a really good idea, I never thought of this before. And if you would like more support on like a lifestyle audit or creating more radiant routines or being held accountable and going on this self-creation journey so that you can step into this next best version of yourself and have a life and career that you love, this is what I teach and support you with inside of Embrace Your Radiance. Because maybe as you do this, which you should. Don't just listen to this episode and then not implement it. If you guys know me by now, implement these things. What may happen is you may fall back into old ways or old habits. You might forget, or you might be struggling to create a new way. And why is this? This is because there may be old subconscious patterns, behaviors, beliefs that you need to break on a subconscious level. And that's what I help you do on the inside of the program. Because our conscious mind controls 5% of our reality. It's the goal setter. Okay, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. and do this. But our subconscious mind, it's like the hardwire of our computer system, our programming, it controls 95% of what we do, why we act, why we behave, our beliefs, our habits. And so if the goal we want, we don't have values or actions or behaviors, beliefs, anything like around that in the subconscious, that means they're misaligned. And this is why you may struggle creating new habits or new routines or achieving the goals, right? Like how many times have you said, I'm going to start working out on Monday, or I'm going to start this business, I'm going to start posting on social media. There may be some subconscious conflicts to the conscious goals you're creating. And so I help you break the old patterns on a subconscious level and help you reprogram, rewire so that you actually can be in alignment with your conscious and your subconscious mind and actually see progress and actually do the things you say you want to do so that you can become this badass, unshakable, confident version of yourself that has the life, the dream career that you desire, that you want, the health, the relationships. So if you'd like to learn more on that and gain that support, you can check out the link below. My website has all the information. You can apply and we can have a conversation where I can share more details, payment plans to make sure this is a good fit for you and really helping you feel supported. But for now, take a look at your habits, your routines, create this routine menu, and I hope this supports you in creating your most radiant life. If you value this, take a screenshot, tag me, let me know your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next episode. Keep shining bright, and I hope you have the most radiant day. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't already following me, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Couto. Make sure to tag me in any posts that you share. I love and appreciate you so much and cannot wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out and radiate your light into the world.